Hi there. We're continuing our journey through the Proverbs, the Mishneh Shlomo, the life sayings of Solomon. We're in chapter 30, and we're looking at verses 1 to 4. And chapter 30 actually is the beginning of a collection of sayings not by Solomon, but by a man called Agur, the son of Yakeh. And these are sayings that are called a masa in Hebrew. That means they are sayings that are a burden, a heavy burden, a load that someone's bearing that really needs to get out. And so he spoke these sayings. Agur spoke these sayings to two people called Itiel and Ukal, and presumably they recorded them for posterity. But it starts off, Agur starts off with this cry, trying to get his head around it. He's saying, I can't get my head around it. He says, I feel more stupid than any man, any person. I don't seem to have any understanding. It's like he's standing in front of these amazing things that he's seeing, and they're really blowing his mind. And in fact, in verse 3, he goes on and he says, V'lo lamadti chokhmah v'da'at kadoshim eda. He says, I've not even been able to learn wisdom. I've not got hold of wisdom completely, and I've not completely experienced the holiness, holy things, and obviously in that, the Holy One as well. And then he says in verse 4, because who can go up into the skies? Who can go up into the heavens? Who can go down and who can catch the wind and in his fists? Who can get water in his garment? Who has established the ends of the earth? Who knows who God is? And interestingly, he then says, and what his son's name is. Shem Beno, the name of his son. What's the name of his son? And it's amazing that in these wise sayings, which Agur is about to share, there's this sense of, I just can't get hold of fully this sense of wisdom. It reminds me of Paul in Romans, when he's been talking about, he's unpacked the whole plan of God, of grace, of the bringing of the Gentiles in with the Jews, of the bringing the two together, of all of the promises coming to be fulfilled in Messiah, that he says, oh, the greatness of the knowledge of the wisdom of God, how unsearchable his judgments, his ways are past finding out. Who's known the mind of the Lord? Who has been his counselor? For from him and through him and to him are all things. To God be the glory forever. And that's kind of here in these words of Agur, in this opening part of Proverbs 30, coming towards the end of this book. And it just reminds us that to really know God is impossible to know him completely. Paul says, we need to know with all the saints what is the greatness, the height, the depth, the breadth of the love of God. But we can touch it and we can come close through the Spirit of God. We can have an insight into this amazing God before whom we stand and we just go, wow. Have a good day.